Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the Holler. It has been a long winter, but quite frankly, I needed that long winter in order to give attention to other matters. But it is now springtime here on the Holler. April 1st, April Fool's Day. No, it's not. But at any rate, it is evening of the 1st of April, and we're cutting our large grass field for the very first time. Have zero idea what we're going to get off of this field as far as bales or loose material. It all starts with mowing. How is everybody doing this fine day? It feels like we've been forever since we have been together here on the Holler. Waylon, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Farmer G, good evening to you. It's always good when you don't have to stay up to the ass crack of midnight, or on the tail end of the ass crack of midnight, to catch a show. Artemis, good evening. Good evening. I could maybe use help, yes. I'm not decided 100% if I want to collect this as loose, if I want to TED this and bale it, or if I want to do a mix of that. I'll figure that out here in a little bit. We've got 100 and some thousand liters of silage, and I have, I don't know how many bales, maybe a dozen bales of hay. But come May, I should have more grass to cut. Come June, I hope to have the barley ready to harvest. So that'll get me straw. Then I'll have all the ingredients I need to do my mixed rations. Lawrence, what's up? Good evening. So I might also mix and match. Do a little loose collection and do a little baling. Although that would really not let me have a good idea as to what our yields are going to be off of this field. Tell you what, I was eyeing up those Samez mowers from the fact sheet the other day for use here on this map, but darn it, I don't have the tractor with the power. I don't have the ponies to pull those two mowers. So we may be stuck with our little Vermeer. Doesn't require a whole lot of horsepower and has a pretty good working with. Just makes it so I can't GPS because I don't do offsets. I don't have the brain power for that. How's everybody's weekend? It has been a warm weekend here, but it's supposed to get back down into cooler temperatures starting on Tuesday, Halloween night, All Hallows Eve. Artemis, I haven't figured it out yet. I have a feeling I'm going to bail it all. Let me go see what we have in the fermenter. Yeah, we just jump out of our tractor with the mower running. We don't care about safety. Not here on the Holler. Milk cows, how you all doing? How's I could have, of course, looked in the menus, but what fun is that? When you can just run around over here. All right, I got 149,000 liters of silage in the short bin. And we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and 21, and 24. 24 hay bales. Let's do this. Let's go for some viewer engagement. No, I don't want to do a Q&A. Vote in the poll. The winning vote will win. You have a whopping 3 minutes to vote. When we come out of the intro, we will know what we're doing. Artemis turned the heater on. It's been a little cool, eh? Well, I'll tell you what. It was ironic. It happens every year this way. So, our office building, my office building at work, it's also an academic building, you know, where they have classes and such. Anywho, that building has historically, well, it has what's called a two-pipe system. So it has a water circulation system, so it has a supply pipe and a return pipe. And on a two-pipe system, well, you either circulate cold water or hot water. So it means you either have air on, air conditioning, cooling, or you have heating. So you really have three states: cooling, heating, or idle. And idle is, of course, you know, nothing at all. Well, inevitably every year when they turn it over from heating, or from cooling to heating, or from idle to heating, we will have a heat wave. And then every year when they go from idle to cooling, or heating to cooling, we will have a cold snap. It is like 100% guaranteed. So we've had about a week and a half, 2 weeks of pretty cold temperatures, with the last few days of that 2-week period, temperatures, lows, basically frost warnings, right? Lows down near freezing. Highs in the 50s typically, low 50s, for about 2 weeks straight. People be freezing in the office. That's what people be doing. I come in Tuesday morning last week, and the heat's on. It's obvious the heat's on. And you know what? It's hot. Because Tuesday it was going to be getting up in the 70s. By the end of this week, we had highs in the 80s. So all I could do was laugh hysterically. Because, yep, it's heating up, people. It's heating up, and we are, well, we got a heat wave. So it would have been toasty all week in the office. This coming week, they're turning the temps down. Outside, right? It's getting cooler. It's supposed to be in the 50s for the next couple weeks, so I don't know. Maybe they'll turn the heat off now because we had a week of hot temps. But our building's being renovated. We're being converted over to a 4-pipe system. So a 4-pipe system means that we can circulate both cool water and hot water at the same time. So basically the system is in ever balance of heating and cooling, attempting to maintain a constant temperature, right? So if it's cold outside, then the heating is winning. If it's hot outside, the cooling is winning. But the heat could pipe on at any point in time to bump the temps up if it gets below, right, the set. So maybe next year we won't be freezing or cooking. But until then, that's what we get to live with. Welcome back, everybody, to the Holler. A little late start today. A little late start because I was having a late lunch. I was having a late lunch because I've got a map video I'm going to be releasing once this stream's over. A really, really nice, attractive Italian map. Map of Italy released overnight. Took a look at it this morning. Got the map video recorded. Oh, we finished that up a little after 1 o'clock my time. About an hour ago. Was able to edit the map, get it all encoded, and uploaded right before the stream. Same time I was trying to chow down lunch real fast. So I didn't really feel like going until 4 o'clock before eating for the day. Let's see how the poll has concluded. Silage it as grass. That is the winning vote. So that is what we will do. That's what we will do. We'll need to windrow this. And then I've got a forage wagon. How's everybody's weekend been? Friday night we had fun on Forza Fridays. Yesterday I spent a couple hours recording some city skylines videos. For those of you that are following that over on the FK Funhouse channel. I have videos releasing daily over there for the next couple of days. I was going to record a couple more of those today, but map dropped. That took precedence. And then I saw we have April here on the server. And for anyone that has been not aware, because I don't know how well Hoff Bergman is covered outside of this channel in the English-speaking creators or not. But Hoff Bergman is to release to everyone the fall update 1.3 is to release for everyone tomorrow the 30th. But what I don't know about the 30th release date is it releasing the 30th at midnight, which would be tonight, about 4 hours from now? Or is it releasing the 30th during the day? So it's quite possible Bergman 1.3 will release this evening before our American Truck Sim Convoy Night live stream. And if that's the case, well, I'm gonna have a choice to make. Do I try to grab it real fast and trump Convoy Night for Bergman? What's out in 1.3? Or do I go and continue with Convoy Night and then know that tomorrow night we'll put toward Bergman? Either way, it's going to be a while before we're back here on the Holler. Because, well, I'm going to need some time to dedicate to the Bergman Explained series once we figure out what the heck is new in 1.3 to cover that in detail in the Bergman Explained videos. So it may be another week. Maybe another week before we're back here on Bergman, or before we're back here on the Holler again. It'd be so much easier if I didn't have a real job. Alright, so if Artemis is going to windrow the grass with the mower, then I will just come back here and get my windrower and work on windrowing the grass that we've already mowed. And then we can work on collecting it. I have no idea what is new with 1.3. I have not been following the progress at all. I've not tried to watch any of the German creators to see what might be there. If you all have a clue, I'd love to know what's in store for 1.3. While we're making our way back to the field, this video is brought to you by Crispy1205 and Donald Smart. Thank you for being farm barons. Oh, traffic. Watch out for those traffics. Oh, there we go. We'll run 2 outer laps, and then we'll do up and downs, left and rights. What y'all think of the fact sheets that dropped the other day? This is our first Farm Sim live stream since the fact sheets. I'd like to know what you all thought of those. We had the Samez mowers in that set of fact sheets. We had a large trailed sprayer, I think up to 36-meter booms, and then we had a 2-row harvester for our root crops. But that particular harvester did not have internal storage, so you would have to run it like a forage harvester and offload directly onto a trailer. Just 2 more Fridays to go before the release on November 14th. And speaking of that, just 2 more days before Halloween, the end of October. There we go. Any bets? Any bets on how much we're going to get off of here? I'm going to go for 200,000 liters of grass. That would be my bet. Because I feel this field is about the same size as the grass over here to our left, and then the 2 fields across the street combined. I feel it's bigger than that, but not a lot bigger. Who's been spending their time with other games? Who's been messing around with City Skylines 2? Now that that's out. Came out to a bit of a rough start with respect to Steam reviews due to its performance issues maybe on lower end cards, mid-range cards. Most of the cards owned by Steam players, according to their hardware survey. But now it's moved up to mixed with probably like 55% positive reviews. I think initially it had as high as just 20-some% positive views. I was looking at the reviews for Forza Motorsport. Shockingly, that one only has 3,000 some reviews on Steam. I was kind of expecting a bit more to that. But it is overwhelmingly negative for Forza Motorsport, which is a little surprising. A little surprising. Artemis has been doing City Skylines and Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty is a game that I wanted to get into, but I feel it's something that I have to really dedicate a lot of time toward. Otherwise, I'll lose track of where things are, what I'm doing. So we'll add that to the ever-growing list of things I'll play when I'm done Farm Sim. When I hang up the Farm Sim hat for good, things that I will occupy myself with. I'll be done here shortly. See, multiplayer, huh? So immediately following the stream, we are going to be releasing a new map tour for map of Italy. Tour of Italy? I honestly don't recall the name at this exact moment. It's been a flurry of the last probably 3.5 hours. I was able to get that video recorded, edited, and uploaded right before the stream. So while we're streaming here, YouTube will be cooking on it, working it over. There's a fence between this field and the farm. It's going to make collecting the grass a little bit of a drive because we've got to go around the roads as opposed to making a nice beeline to the farm over the grass. That's okay. It shouldn't go too slow with two of us out here. I don't think Optimus has a forage wagon. I don't see why he would. All right, I assume you have a forage wagon, Artemis. Nope, can't delete it. And I'm not editing the map. Not in GE. So if you want to grab your wagon, I'll grab mine once I finish this. That fence is one of the few fences that was baked in. Here I'm thinking, what? There's no church behind the house you've got here. All in the holler. You must be meaning IRL. There we go. Comes the train. Yeah, we've been I've been occupying myself with well, obviously with some farm sim stuff, but over the last week it's been just a whole lot of other content. We had a massive mod drop on Friday, but other than that, I think we went several days without any sort of mods dropping. Saw DJ Goham had a Twitter post. It took him 5 hours to do his daily mod video after Friday's mod drop. A marathon mod video where some mods were released and unreleased in the duration of time that he took to get that video put together. That is truly frustrating. I had 2 maps get released. I was thinking, oh man, I want to have a busy Friday evening because we also had Forza Friday in there. But one of them just vanished partway through the afternoon. I don't know anything about it other than it was there, and then it was gone. So maybe that'll make its way back next week. It's hard to say. QA's clearly been working on testing for the premium edition. That's why there's been kind of sporadic mod drops last week and probably the weeks coming forward. They'll be doing more and more QA testing specific to the premium expansion. El Capitalista, welcome. Welcome. But even with that, I ran some numbers yesterday, and the mod hub is approximately 140 mods short of the total number of mods released for the entirety of FS19. So from the time that FS19 was released till now, right, is, let's say, 5,140-ish mods. We are just a few, about 140 or so short of that number for FS22's release mods, less than 2 years after the game's release. So mods have been hot and heavy a lot heavier and a lot hotter in FS22 than FS19 or any previous release of Farm Sim for that matter. FS22 has been an excellent modding platform. I don't know of any player that could, with a straight face, complain of lack of mods for FS22. Go ahead and work the top of this off. And then we'll work the back there a little bit. And the bottom, then we'll be done. Golden Eye, welcome. Welcome. A little slow in notifications is YouTube. Is that what you're saying? I was wondering what was up. Yes, indeed, Rabbit Rob. Yes, indeed. In fact, that is a video that is going to release right after this live stream. I got it recorded earlier. Was able to edit the video and get it uploaded just before this live stream started. So I'm sure by the time we're done with this in about an hour and a half, the video will be ready for publishing. I'll be able to go ahead and publish that. Oh, what do you think of the HD textures? I mentioned in my video that I didn't really think anybody needed to pony up for the upsell on the HD textures. The map looked fine and dandy to me with the standard texture pack, that's for sure. Let's put it in one of the taller bins, one of the taller fermenters. I put the first batch in the shorter fermenter. I think we'll play a little realistic and not have fresh grass being dumped into the same silo as the fermented product. We've got 3 silos, we might as well separate them out. Yes, you can turn those off. All you gotta do is go into the menus and turn off interactive markers. I show how to in the video. It's pretty straightforward. The fact that you can turn them off, that's how Giants has designed the game. That you can turn those floaty blue icons and the red and not the red, but the yellow and black corner markers. You can disable those in game. That's why I have the part of the score. Are the things clearly marked? Let the player decide if they want to see those blue poppy up icons or if they want them to go away. And if they want them to go away because they want the realism factor or the immersion factor, then that's fine. But if the player wants to leave them up as a visual help, then they have that choice. I think it's a beautiful map. No doubt it's not going to rate in the scoring system as high as some folks are going to want. Well, it should be pretty obvious of how it's going to score, because of how the map has been set up. Because the way the map's set up is you can't sell the farms, or you can't sell any of the buildings on the farms. So, you know, at that point, the most it's going to get is a 4. Well, I thought he was pretty much hedging his bets that there would be an FS25. That's about it. I mean, I think there's good money on it. I think it's a safe bet. But at this point, that's about all it is. I did like to see that there is a plan to release it over on the Giants Mod Hub for all platforms. So that is great to see. So I would love for console players to be able to get access to that map the way it is. I think they would just be floored. On the floor, jaw dropped open. Like, wow, this is outstanding. Okay, that is it. Time to go get our trailer. Not really a surprise, because that's how the EDO mods guy did his map Italia. With the planned expansion. I'm just hoping that players are treated a little bit better when they reach out for support, and information about things that aren't perfect on the map. The information I had from folks with respect to Map Italia was they weren't necessarily treated with the most gracious responses from things that were clearly not the player's fault. There we go. So which bin has it? So this one here. And activate. Okay. YouTube froze. Looks like a freezer. Are you sure YouTube froze, or was it I just wasn't talking? Because the wife came in, was asking me a question. I had muted the mic. And then I was talking a little bit about the map. Then I realized that I was muted. That would be double 2.5 times what I thought I would get. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. More grass than I'll need. You have internet problems. I think Artemis was trying to play chicken with the wrong person. There we go. Well, clearly you need better than 900 megabit downloads to watch my YouTube. My YouTube is quality. Okay? 900 megabit is... That's on the fringe of barely acceptable. That's all I have to say about that. It's all that City Skylines gameplay, Rabbit Rob. Who's been playing City Skylines? I have been. I don't know. It's got to be on YouTube side. Well, I'm streaming out at 1440, 15 megabit, 60 FPS, solid. So yeah. Maybe their transcoders are hiccuping today. CS2 got a little bit of a... Man, it got tore up good. Gamers Nexus did a GPU benchmarks video with City Skylines. Ripped it a pretty big one. But the game doesn't need 60 FPS. The game doesn't really need 30 FPS. Quite honestly. It's not a shooter. It's not a Twitch. It's not a twitch reflex type game. It's the epitome of sit and chill. It's the epitome of a chill title. But what you also don't want is hitching to where you're trying to move the camera and then it just jumps. I've had that happen a few times. But I don't know what I got in City Skylines 1. As far as frames, it's not something I really look at, but there is still work to be done. Rick, what's up? Glad you can make it. Glad YouTube could send out a notification. There's definitely work to be done to further optimize it, and that's why the console release has been pushed back to 2024. Have you watched any of our Waterway Pass gameplay? Rabbit Rob, or started a county. I wanted to do rural City Skylines too, or at least my take on rural City Skylines too, as opposed to Megapolis, single city. Go with a more spread out approach, smaller. Self-contained populations. Well, I tell you what, it's better than it was pre-release. The first build I had pre-release, my GPU fans were 100% wailing. And then there was an update that came out Friday before the release, and it no longer did that. That's for sure. Yeah, Rick, that's what folks have been saying. It's got to be on the YouTube side, because she's butter smooth over here. Oh, my preview looks pretty fine. Yeah, yeah, Rick. It's happened to others. Go. I will soon just be able to be doing up and downs. Ups and downs. Left and rights. I've also been spending a lot of time still on Baldur's Gate 3. The game's really drawing my attention in. Thought about over the holiday break of streaming that over on the Funhouse channel, doing a Dark Urge, maybe a Dark Urge Tactician. Gameplay. Haven't done that. I haven't done Dark Urge. I'm doing Tactician right now in single player with a rogue that specializes in hand crossbows. Those things are deadly. And then we're doing a multiplayer session on Saturday nights, so that's what I was doing last night. Of course, we've done some Forza Motorsport. On Fridays, which wish I had more time to do that in single player. I don't know, Artemis. I don't know. I don't know if I'd have the, I don't know if I have the prerequisite imagination. Oh, what is this? Taking the wide path. Jeez, I'm just driving straight down the road. See where we are. We're already at 200,000. So yeah, I think we're on our pace to do over 500. Yeah, it's like 230,000-ish. It was over 200 now, I was still dumping in mine, and I hold 47. Finish this row we started on. I don't know if we have the same trailer or not. I think mine's different. Yeah, as far as other streams on the Holler, I think our next cut will be May timeframe. So it's Sunday now. I don't think it's going to be May on the server until Wednesday. And then it'll be June, probably over the weekend. And that's when our barley should be ready to go. And I think Hofbergman is going to be released in the next day, within the next day. So if all goes well, tomorrow night we'll be streaming Hofbergman 1.3, seeing what is new and different with the latest update. And then as I have opportunity this week, I'll be working on more Hofbergman explained videos, expanding that playlist to cover the 1.3 updates and changes. And we will hopefully have back sheets on Friday. And then the following Friday, if all goes well, 2 Fridays from now, we'll be hopefully doing some early access on the premium edition. There's no guarantees on that until it happens, but keeping with Giants' typical timing, that's when it would be. almost feel like we're going to be over 600,000 liters. So how many bales would that be? 600,000 divided by 9,000. So 600 divided by 9. That would be about how many hay bales I'd get off of this. And then, of course, get out of the road. Then, of course, you know, if we have more maps drop this week over on the Giants Mod Hub, that would take precedence while we're recording any Hoffbergman Explained videos and trying to get some more City Skylines videos out. Still unloading. Uh, 600 divided by 9. It would be, yeah, 66. I would have thought more than 66 bales, but okay, yeah. With the release of the Lands of Italy map, what are folks hearing about other high-profile maps in development? What other maps do we know are out there being worked on? Highly anticipated. I know, I'm looking forward to Sri Lanka myself. I've always had a notion towards the Polish styled map, that visual style. So really looking forward to seeing Giants' iteration of that. We'll be playing on that for a while post-release, like we did with the Platinum expansion. I'd be kind of curious to see how many map makers incorporate the premium expansion productions into their maps, as opposed to how few it seems have incorporated the Platinum expansion production items. Interesting enough, Map Italia did incorporate the production of the Platinum expansion. There aren't actual Platinum expansion productions placed, but you can sell Platinum expansion production items if you put your own factories down. So yeah, 1, 2, 3. I like to count things. I can't. There's too many windows to count. I don't know. I like to count things. I asked my kid one day how many kids were in his class. He just started laughing. He's like, I don't know, Dad. That's weird. Like, counting people's weird. You know, you're bored, you're in an office, you got ceiling tiles, I'll start counting tiles. Count the number of lights. Maybe it's too much Sesame Street growing up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 full windrows. And the question is, how many passes do we get per load? Look, that JCB is supposed to be fast. It best be running away. Now that we're getting into spring, we should have more life on the server. I think we have the same trailer. Just different configuration options. This side will be making silage all summer. we'll have to count how many full windrows we take to get a full load. Then we'll be able to extrapolate how many more trips we're going to make in the next 45 minutes. I think we'll be done before then. Halloween! Who decorates up for Halloween? Who goes out Halloweening? We don't have any Halloween candy. We had a total of no people come by last year. It would surprise me if we don't pick up any candy. As a result, so this is windrow pass number 1. We got an area in town. Nowhere as close to me, but there's a couple streets in town that have historically gotten massive numbers of kids, such that we have a regional Hershey plant one town over, and this Hershey plant will seed to these houses along this street candy, Hershey bars, Hershey candy of various varieties, typically peanut butter varieties, because the plant near us is one of the few plants in the country that has a peanut roaster, and basically can process the peanuts off the train for the candy line. So they make Reese cups, various other Reese products. So that was 2 passes. So those streets are very popular because, well, you get full-size candy bars from those folks. More candy for your trip. All right, so this is 3. So we had 14. And we're getting 3. So we'll have less than 3 loads left. Less than 2 loads. With these 2 trailers. Almost 4 loads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got a load and a half left. Traffic problems. Traffic problems. We're finally up to speed. We need to flash our warning indicators. So we're at 425. And we basically have 90,000 liters to be dumped in here. So that'll put us over 500. And then we have a load and a half. So just under 600,000 liters. Then we'll jump on our sprayer and fertilize the grass that we just picked up. And we'll be good for a couple months. Probably be cutting the grass again in July. North. I wasn't sure how dark it would get today. I jumped in earlier today just to see if the grass was ready to go. And it was like 2 in the afternoon. And that was before I recorded the Lands of Italy map tour. And I knew that I wanted to do a live stream today. But in order to do it, I had to be done the recording in time to get it edited and uploaded, because I definitely wanted to get that released ASAP. And I figured YouTube would be chewing on it after I uploaded it for a little bit of time anyway, so if we could get it all scheduled together, we can get it streamed and get that uploaded and get that released soon afterwards. I gotta keep an eye on Hoffbergman's site. As of an hour ago, it was not yet released. I'm gonna check around 6 o'clock my time and see if it's released then. See if it drops at midnight his time or not. Let's pick up a couple of these little tiddly bits that have been dropped. There's my barley. I'm gonna need someone to help me with my barley because I don't have a harvester anymore. I figured I would pay him on percent of grain. Because really all I want the barley for is the straw. No, the barley won't be ready until June. Poor tractor, she's struggling. Struggling to get up to speed. Rick, are you still watching? Did the stream settle out? Sorry to hear YouTube was having some issues earlier. There we go. Yep, we'll be over 600. Pretty darn close to it. 586. Grab our M7. How much fertilizer do we have here? Doesn't tell me. Ah, I get to hear it settled out. $1,300 in there. Herbicide. Alright, I don't know if I need any yet or not. Let's see how far this goes. How about the sprayer? I know it's slower. How about the sprayer? Because I needed it for the weed management anyway. Look at that. Lights on the end. That's so nice. Such a nice feature. Oh, this may or may not do us. I don't know. It's a big field. We're not putting a lot on. Stay at 270. There we go. Just let it stick there. We'll perimeter the field, and then we will do our up and downs. Up and down. pH is good. Yield was pretty good. %, 90%. Oh, I don't need lime. Would be good for a couple cuts. Professor Logic, welcome. How are you doing, sir? She's gonna be getting dark soon. She's gonna be getting dark. We're gonna have to be saying goodbye for soon. It'll be too dark. The map fast forwards to tomorrow in an hour and 40 minutes. Got to set on auto timer. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and finish fertilizing this field. We got our barley field. It's going to be ready probably in June. Our grass fields, 13 and 14, and this section here, probably be ready to cut in May. We're going to keep an eye out for the release of Hofbergman 1.3 this evening. And if it drops, I will put a post in the community tab letting you all know that 1.3 is out. Remember, you do have to do a little bit of download shuffle in order to hear or in order to get the map without having to wait for kind of 2 days to pass. That is because he uploads to Rapid Gator, and Rapid Gator is anything but rapid if you don't pay for it, and by all means never pay for faster speeds on a downloading site. Keep an eye out, like I said, in the community tab. We'll be over on the Funhouse channel tonight doing our ATS convoy night. We'll see. We'll see. I might want to delay convoy night if Hofbergman does get released this evening, and I am able to get it all downloaded, simply because of wanting to get information out to you all as to what the latest changes are to the map. So until next time, happy farming.